Today is the end of Marvel's Avengers, and to be honest, it will always remain one of those games that truly had the potential to be something greater, but they did release the final patch today that has a little secret inside, and then they dropped something else which I honestly did not expect to see at all. So the new update, which is 2.8 and the final ever update for the game, unlocks nearly all the marketplace items for free, in addition to add in final buffs that basically make heroes feel a lot more powerful as you continue to play the game after today. Now the little secret add-on, or so it seems anyway, is traversal change. Now it's actually very interesting to see this be a tweak in this update, and to be quite honest, they've done a whole lot this week, from teasing free outfits that are coming to the game that are now out, for example for Black Panther, Thor, etc. But one that was teased earlier this week that again is now out was for Iron Man, that quite literally confirms that War Machine was going to be a thing in the game, and all the teasers and the leaks that you basically saw on the internet were actually true, which makes the whole situation even more sad. But I have something that won't make you sad for much longer, because today's video is sponsored by Instant Gaming, the site that gives you the best and hottest games out right now for up to 70% off on any platform instant, no pun intended. For example, you can get Hogwarts Legacy right now for 27% off, not to mention the deluxe edition for 25% off. But it's not just games that are out, you can also save yourself a bunch of money on pre-orders too. For example, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which comes out on April the 28th, is 30% off. The best part of it all is it's just a simple click to order, head out to the checkout, and in a matter of minutes the code for the game on whatever platform you chose would have landed in your mailbox ready for you to download, and they even have support available 24/7. One thing that I have to say I love the most, however, is the variety. From PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and even Nintendo, the catalogue of games they have is truly extensive. Now you can get PSN cards as well at, you guessed it, a discount. So check out Instant Gaming and use my code to save yourself even more right now. The link is in the description below. Now somebody shared on Reddit that today's update is really just an important lesson as a consumer, and that ultimately live service games with microtransactions get bad names because of everyone following the same method, and that this update brings many changes that players have been asking for a very long time, which makes it fairly evident that these changes could have just been made at any time. Now I do think that the person has made a fair point here, but it's more so the bigger fish behind the game that I guess you could say you push it into strange directions, which ultimately lead to disappointment. And for example, I think a lot of great content creators really carried this game. Now, dev communication with creators and the overall fan base is so key in my opinion, especially for a live service game, so I really just hope that this changes the direction of gaming in general in the future, or at least when people do have another chance to make or should we say deal with a quite a big IP like this game, but really tailor it to the community, because I feel that's really key. Now arguably though, we can't deny that this game, at least in my opinion anyway, is worth every penny, because the amount of content that is now inside this game is truly phenomenal. And look, from the beginning, from when it was announced to the game actually being released in the first couple of weeks, it's safe to say that it was a really fun game. So as far as just creating the game and delivering the game, as far as what we saw at the beginning, was definitely fantastic, and I think it's safe to say that it has actually given a lot of people different experiences, and it's going to be one of those games that you will always remember. And if you still have it downloaded, you probably will randomly boot up one day anyway, just to go ahead and replay the story, because in my opinion, I do think that stuff was nailed down. But again, it's things like the communities and, you know, just ideas not really being heard for the most part that I feel anyway kind of led to the situation that we are here. But I could be completely wrong, of course. If you know more than I do, then do let me know in the comment section below. But it's definitely quite sad because, again, for me, it's always going to be one of those those games that were great at the beginning but really had the potential to be so much bigger, and I really mean a lot bigger. So if there's anything that I hope people learn watching the situation with Marvel's Avengers, is that if any studio in the future at whatever point get the attempt to create a Marvel's Avengers game, that they really just take a complete different direction, because sometimes not every type of game does work as a live service game, and definitely not with microtransactions. So you could argue the fact that, you know, there's always potential for most games, and sure, to an extent, but let's be honest, when you compare it to a game like Spider-Man or any other single player game out there, sometimes it's really about players just seeking that experience and then little bits of new content as time goes on. But hey, I would like to thank everyone that did make Marvel's Avengers and worked on the game at any point throughout its lifespan, because it truly was a fun game for, you know, the most part overall. So here's to the end of Marvel's Avengers. How do you guys feel about this? And do you ever think we will get another Marvel's Avengers game that is going to be like this from a free roam aspect and a third-person game? Let me know in the comment section below, and how soon you reckon we will actually see something like that. I would probably go as far as saying it genuinely might be something as close to 10 years, but I could be completely wrong, so do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.